Hello student, welcome to online class. I am Shyam Dulari from LPM Public School. In this video I will tell you about The Leopard of class 6, which was written by Ruskin Bond. As we know that Ruskin Bond loves nature and animals. Here also he has described about a beautiful leopard and the nature where he first saw the leopard. Let's see without any delay what is given in this chapter. As in the beginning it is given, Ruskin Bond loves animals. The mutual trust between human and the leopard he encountered one day in the valley in enchanting. But what happened to the leopard when some people come looking for him? Here, as all of you know, the Ruskin Bond loves animals and also nature. Here in this chapter he has described the trust between the human being and the leopard and how the trust was broken one day when some peoples come to look for the leopard. So the first beginning of this chapter is, I first saw the leopard when I was crossing the small stream at the bottom of the hill. It means here I refer to the narrator, or you can say the author. He said that he has first seen the leopard when he was first crossing the small stream which was at the bottom of the hill. Here it is, as in the picture it is given, this is the hill and in the bottom there is a stream, and when he was moving here, he was crossing the stream, he saw first the leopard. First time here he saw the leopard. Then the ravine was so deep that the most of the day it remained in shadow. Here he has described about the place that this is ravine. Ravine means the dark forest area. This place were very dark as sunlight doesn't come inside this, so it is dark whole day and remain in shadow. This encounter many birds and animals to emerge from cover during the hours of day. Due to this darkness of shadow, many animals and birds come here and stay. Few people ever passed that way. As a result, the ravine had become a little haven for the wildlife. Since few people sometimes come from this way, so this was the very safety place for the wild animal, as they feel that is a haven for the wildlife. And here the birds and the animals live safely. This place is, or you can say this ravine is a haven for the wild animals. Below my cottage was a forest of oak and maple and Himalayan rhododendron. A narrow path twice its way down through the trees. Here he said that, here as we see in the picture, this is the cottage of the author, and below this there are forest area, and in that there is a oak tree, maple tree and Himalayan rhododendrons. These are the names of the tree which found in these hilly areas. And below this there is a way which is divided into two parts in the bottom of the hill. And then at the bottom of the hill, the path led once grassy led surrounded by wild dog grasses. The stream runs across by ells tumbling over the smooth puddle. Here the road is this way is divided into two parts, that is twice part, and first is full of grass puddles and it is smooth grass, so look very nice. He further said that near every morning I had to cry the leopard, barking deers. I saw pine, marten and handsome red fox. He said that nearly every morning when he got up, he heard the barking noise of deers. He also saw the pine and renders. There he saw a handsome red fox. He also recognized the footprint of bear in the way, as he had come to take nothing from the jungle. The birds and the animals soon grew accommodated by my face. After some time, my approach didn't disturb them. This means that as the author didn't come to take anything from the forest, soon all the animals and the birds or the bear or the fox which were in this forest area, they soon become its friend, and they didn't disturb from his approach. Whenever he come or go, no one animals disturb from his approach, and they stay as they are continue in their work. They didn't disturb from the author's coming or going. Langoose in the oak and rendorance tree, who had first would go leaping through the branches at my approach, now watch me with some curiosity as they munch up the tender green shoot of the tree. Here the author was saying that in the beginning, when he has come first time in the forest, that time the langoose got afraid when they saw him, but now they are habitual of the author, and they just looking towards him with the curiosity when they are munching the tender of the green fruit of the oak trees. And it means that they are not afraid of author. They behave as a friendly manner. However, one evening as I passed, I heard them chattering in the tree, and I was not the cause of their excitement. Here he was saying that one evening when he was passing from the road, he heard the chattering of the langoose, and he was able to know that he was not the cause of their excitement. It means the langoose were chattering not due to the author's approach, but there may be some other cause. It was as thought that langoor were trying to warn me of some hidden danger. He felt that the langoose tried to warn him about some hidden danger. A snow of paddle comes rustling down the steep hillside. I look up to see the orange gold leopard posed on a rock about 20 feet above me. It was not looking towards me, but I had it here thrust attentively forward in the direction of the ravine. It must have sensed my presence because it slowly turned its head and looked down at me. Here, the author is saying that when the langoose were trying to show him some hidden danger, and that was a orange gold leopard which was posed on a rock. He was standing, and that time he was not looking towards the author, he was just looking towards the ravine. It may be looking for, or he was searching for the prey, but at that time he also feel that he has smell his presence, and it means the leopard slowly turn his head towards the author and look at him. It seemed a little puzzled at my presence here. When he saw the author at the forest area and this area, that was the very puzzle for the leopard. When I gave myself courage, I clapped my hands sharply, and the leopard slunk away into the thick, making absolutely no sound. I had disturbed the animals in the quest of food, but a little later I had quackling cry of barking deer as it fell through the forest. The hunt was still on. Then when the leopard saw the author, that time the author got little bit afraid, but after some time he corrects himself and he claps his hand sharply so that the leopard sprang away into the thicket, and in this way he has saved himself. But in the same time he has also disturbed the other animals in the forest who were in there searching of food or doing anything, but later on he feel that everything is normal. Leopard, like other member of cat family, is nearly extinction in India and was surprised to find one so close to Missouri. Here he was saying that the leopard is one of the member of cat family. It was looking same as a cat, and so it is called a cat family, and it was extending from the India, and it is very surprised to find that one leopard so close to Missouri. Probably the deforestation has been taking place in the surrounding hills and had driven the deer into this green valley. He was thought that due to deforestation the leopard may come here in this green valley. It was some week before I saw a leopard against, although I was often made aware of its presence. At that time I felt certain that it was being followed. After this incident, few weeks later, he thought that someone is following him, and he also feel that it may be the leopard who follow him. And once when I saw the late getting home, I saw two bright eyes straining at me from the thicket. I stood still, my heart begging away against my rib. Then the eyes danced away and I recognized they were only firefly. Here he was describing about the incident one day when he was coming late home. Then he saw from the thicket the two bright eyes were striding to him, and he felt that it may be the leopard. And in that time his heart begging away, and it means he was very afraid. He was very much afraid. But after some time he realized that the eyes were dancing away. It means they were just only the fireflies. So he feel that it may be leopard, but they were not leopard, they were only fireflies. One day I found the remains of barking deer that had been partly eaten. I wondered why the leopard had not hidden the remains of the males. Probably he had been disturbed while eating. Here he is saying about the incident of one day when he saw the remains of barking deer which was partly eaten, and he wondered why the leopard has not hidden the remains. It may be disturbed by someone, so he is unable to hide the remains of the leopard. Climbing the hill, I met the party of hunters resting beneath the oak tree. They asked me if I had seen a leopard. I said I hadn't. They said they knew there was a leopard in the forest. Here he was saying that when he moved forward, he met the parties of hunters. They were resting under the oak tree, and they asked him that if he had seen any leopard. Then the author replied that no, I had not seen any leopard in the forest. Then they have said that there is a leopard in the forest, and they knew it. Hunter had seen the crashes of the deers and the leopard pox make, and they kept coming to the forest. Almost every evening I hear their guns banging away, for they were ready to fire almost everything. There is leopard about. They told me you should carry a gun. I don't have anyone, I said. There were fewer birds to see, and even a langur had moved on. Here he was telling about the hunters. When the hunter has entered in the forest area, they are ready to shoot everything, almost everything, any birds or any animals, and for this all the langurs and the birds move away from the forest. It means they have leave this forest, they have go away to some other places. And he also said that once when the hunters met him, they asked him to carry a gun, but the author has said that he didn't have any gun, so he didn't carry any gun, but they have said you should carry a gun for your safety. And then he said that there are only few birds and langurs were remain, but all of them were leave the forest area due to the hunters, because hunters were ready to fire any things, everything. Here it is given almost everything, and every day their gun baggings are the main reason. Due to this sound, all the animals and the birds leave the forest. I thought no more the men, they were unpredictable and to be avoided if possible. One day after crossing the stream, I climbed Paritibba, a bleak scrub-covered hill where no one lived. This was the tough undertaking because there were no path up the top, and I had to scramble up with the help of rock and root. There I found a ruins of what must have been the first settle, just a few piles of rebels, now overgrown with weeds, sorrel, dandelions and nettles. Here he was describing about the place that is called Paritibba. Once he went there he saw a ruins of a house in which some forest plants were grown, and as I walked through the roofless ruins, I struck by the silence that surrounded me. When he walked forward to the roofless ruin, that it means there is no roof, it was just a plain area and the ruins. He struck by the silence that surrounded that. There was no one except silent. There was something else of which I was becoming increasingly aware, a strong feels abroad of one of cat family. Here he had smelled of some cat family. He has sensed that there is someone in that place. I think he was leopard. I pushed and looked about. I was alone. There was no movement of dry leaves or loose stone. The ruins were the most part open in the sky. Their rafters had collapsed and joined together to form a low passage like an entrance to the mines. These dark caverns seemed the lead down. The smell was strong when I approached this spot, so I stopped again and waited there, wondering if I had discovered the lair of the leopard. I wondered if the animal was now at the rest after the night hunt. Perhaps it was crouched there in dark, watching me and recognizing me as a man who walked along in the forest without a weapon. I like to think that he was there and that he knew me, that he acknowledged my visit in the friendliest way by ignoring me altogether. Here he was, author is describing about the leopard. When he moved forward towards the ruins, there he saw the layers of leopard inside the cave. or you can say inside the ruins, there was a cave, and inside that there is a leopard who was sleeping after the night hunts. But he also feel that he was watching the author from the dark area. It means there is a dark inside the cave, and from there leopard is watching the man that is a author, and he was walking alone, and it means the leopard also know that he was the only man who always walk alone in the forest without any weapon. And the author also feel that he recognized his presence, but he didn't attack him, as he may feel his friend list. It means the leopard has put his name in his friend list, and he has doesn't attack him, he doesn't do anything, he just leave him, he ignore him, although he know everything about the author, he just ignore him. It means he has trust the author, that if author doesn't harm him, why should he harm him? In this way he just ignore the author without doing any harm. I didn't know venture any further. I didn't seek physical contact or even another glimpse of that beautiful creature springing from rock to rock. Here he was saying that from that day he doesn't think about any adventure, and he know that is a very beautiful creature who always spring from rock to rock. It was his trust. I want that. I think I gave it to me. But did the leopard trust one man make the mistake of trusting other? Here the poet is saying, the author is saying that the leopard has trust him, and he didn't hurt him anyway, but it is unfortunate that trusting him is a mistake. Trusting other, it means he has trust the poet is a good, but trusting the other person, that is hunter, is his mistake. Because the next day coming up path from the stream, shouting and beating their drum, there was a hunters. They had a long bamboo pole across their shoulders, and strung from a pole feet head down was a lifeless body of leopard. It has shot in neck and head. Here he has said that the hunters were shot him in his neck and head, and they put him on the bamboo in which they were taking in their shoulders, in which the leopard is strung from the pole. His feet is up, his head is down, and it was lifeless. It means there is no life. He was dead. It was dead. Here, as we have seen, the trusting one man make mistake trusting other. This is here done. The leopard has trust the poet is a good, but trusting the other, that is a hunter, is harmful for him, and they kill him. In this way the leopard was died. We told you that there was a leopard, they shouted and greeting harmless inside. Here he has said that when in the next morning the author was coming, he was hearing the shouting and the beating of drum. Where hunters, when they are able to catch the leopard, they start shouting, drum beating. It means they are showing their excitement. And to see that, author feel very upset that beautiful creature is no more. In this way he has said that he was feeling very sad for the leopard, and he said that he was a beautiful leopard. He walked from the silent forest. It was very silent, almost though bird and the animals knew their trust had been avoided. Here he said that In every birds and animal who were trusting to human being, now their trust was violated. I remember the lines of the poem by D.H. Lawrence that as I climbed the straight and lonely path of my home, these words encroached in my mind. There was room in the world for the mountain lion and me, Ruskin-born. Here, Ruskin-born were remembering the lines of written by D.H. Lawrence, in which he was written that there is a room in the world for a mountain lion and also me, it means for the pupil. But for this incident, he is feeling very sad that there is no room for a leopard. I hope you have understood. Thank you.